In true Publishers Clearinghouse fashion, we're going to give away a big check at the end of this, so you got to pay attention because you do have a chance to win $500 from us. You can come up and accept this check, and good luck going through security with this on your way back. I'd like to see pictures of that, so we'll leave that there, and then I'll cruise through this. So yeah, I think that I've also mentioned that I've done this a few times, and I talk a lot about the cookie crumbling, and then it didn't, which is kind of funny. When we were talking about it in 2020, I think I was at the QSR Summit out in Scottsdale, and that was like when one person had COVID, and Google is still going to go through with all that, which, you know, it's probably still going to happen. So regardless if they're the ones doing it or if it's left to the user, it's still going to happen. So I think this conversation is still pretty relevant. I'll be quick. You know, I know everybody, we've got some good content here. But, you know, I thought about what to present today, and I think it makes sense, you know, to talk a little bit about our user journey at Publishers Clearinghouse or PCH Media, like how we're, you know, in the ad tech business and what we're doing, versus a case study. We do have case studies available. You know, you can come up and chat with myself. We have our head of partnerships here, Chris Moore, and then Trish Masterza, who runs partnerships and sales, is with us as well. You know, we're happy to provide case studies, but I think, you know, really understanding the user journey at PCH is better because it'll help you understand the products we have and why we have all these different products and where we're pulling them from. So, so yeah, with that, we'll get into it. So yeah, PCH Publishers Clearinghouse, we've been around for a long time. We've given away lots of prizes over the years. And about, I'd say 10 years ago, we turned into a ad tech business just because of the way that the market was going and you know, life was going. People were more online than they were offline. And we saw an opportunity there. So, you know, when we think about our users, why they're coming to Publishers Clearinghouse, there's really one main reason, right? And that is to win a prize. Whether that's cash, whether it's a car, whether it's a trip. I mean, that is a trade-off, right? They are interacting with us because they want to enter into a sweepstakes and they want to win something, right? Well, how do they go about doing that? Well, they have to register first, right? And so when they register with us, we get 5 attributes off the bat. We get name, address, email, date of birth, and gender, okay? And they have to authenticate as well. So right there, we have those 5 attributes on that specific user. They're in, they're able to register, they're able to enter into their sweepstakes, right? And so they do that. But where do we go from there, right? They're into one sweepstakes. How do we keep them engaged with us? How do we keep them coming back? How do we keep them entering into more sweepstakes? Well, what we've done is we've invented a token system, a token economy, whereas in the more tokens you have, the more Publishers Clearinghouse tokens you get, the more sweepstakes you can enter, the more entries you can put into one single sweepstakes, and you can also use those tokens at our redemption center, which would be for maybe a gift card for cash, maybe it's a gift card to a big box store, maybe it's a gift card to QSR restaurant or whatnot. And so, so they really, you know, our users really, you know, rely on those tokens. That's, you know, the currency that we have that allows them to continue to interact with us and continue coming back. How do they earn those tokens? Well, we have our PCH apps that they can play, you know, PCH Slots, Word Mania, just simple games that you can download from the App Store, earning tokens from time spent, from high scores. We also have an internal survey team that'll ask them questions to say, hey, take this 5-10 question survey for an exchange of 50,000 tokens. And that allows us to better enrich those users, right? So we had those 5 attributes, and now all of a sudden we can add in household income, children in the household, cars driven, any types of interests, behaviors, anything like that, right? And so we can take our first-party data file and really build it out and round it out with all those different attributes that can come directly from our surveys department. And yeah, so then all of a sudden we have, right, we have our first-party data, our authenticated data. We have about 40 million users in our file right now that we're making available in LiveRamp for purchase and some other platforms as well. That's also available for licensing. We're a publisher, right, because we have to have some place for them to come and actually enter in those sweepstakes and those games that they play. So we have inventory, whether it's direct or whether it's programmatic. We have our email file, right, that you can sponsor, that you can buy out. And then the last one that I didn't mention was the custom sweepstakes that we can do with your brand. And that's really where the cookie crumbling thing comes into play, because we still think that first-party data is key for everybody, every brand to have, right? And some don't. Some just don't have a way to get that. So we're providing our ability to help you build that by sponsorship of a sweepstakes, custom sweepstakes. It can be, a very extravagant prize. It can be something very economical. It doesn't matter. Our users will definitely enter. I mean, you will get a lot of entries into that. And then anybody that enters into that, you have the option to ask them 1 or 2 survey questions from there, and then you keep that. We push those users over to you, and those are yours to keep for forever. So it's a really unique way to build up your first-party data file. And yeah, that's basically it today. I just wanted to talk to you about the four different products that we have, give you a bit of information of how our users are coming and interacting with us, because I think that better helps people understand why we're a data provider, why we're also a publisher, but you have email as well, and then you're a sweepstakes brand, right? And so how does that come into play? But if you think about the whole user experience from start to finish, it kind of all makes sense and it ties together. So, real quick, that was it. I think we're done from there. These are just, we can pass these slides around, but I think they're just up for background noise. So with that, we'll get to the drawing of the big check. Trish is going to come and help me out. We've taken every buyer in here and put their company name and title. I didn't have names given on the list, so if you hear your company and your title, just come on up and congratulations.
This is how they do the Publishers Clearinghouse actual check drawings, too.
Yeah.
Prize Patrol, it's from a white bowl that's small, yeah.
If you work at JP Morgan and you're an executive director, come on up for a $500 check. Anybody? Is there anybody?
Must be present to win.
At JP Morgan? No?
Wait, Melissa? Was she here?
Maybe she's taking a call.
Must be present, dude.
We show up at the door, and you got to be there, or else. Well, I really didn't plan for this. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know someone was not gonna be here. No, we'll save it for her. That's it's hers, and we'll grab a picture with her later. But yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much. I appreciate the time. Thanks for having me again, Media Post. This is great, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys.